Before I get this video started, I just wanted to say thank you guys for getting my last video to over 1,000 views. The video not only has my most views, but also my most interactions on the channel so far, and I couldn't be happier with the outcome. Though, there's still much more to come with the polish and production side of the channel that I'm really excited to debut in the next video, so stay tuned for that. And once again, thank you so much for your support. Now, the Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer beta has come and gone, and I gotta say, boys, it was mid! Yeah, I'm talking aggressively mid. Not literally unplayable tier, but not really all that enjoyable. And before you accuse me of being an Infinity Ward fanboy or whatever, I'm not the biggest fan of Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer either. Really, Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 are two sides of the same coin. While Modern Warfare 2 is slightly biased in its design for campers, Modern Warfare 3 is slightly biased in its design for rushers. Really, it's the same engine, and you're going to be seeing the same guns and skins from this year anyway with the carryover feature. I mean, there's really no avoiding the direct comparisons of the two, so I'm not going to bother to tell you which one's better, because that's just a matter of taste. However, there is one key thing about Modern Warfare 3's design that I foresee being a huge problem. As we all know, COD's networking lately hasn't been great. In fact, it pales in comparison to its contemporaries like Valorant and Overwatch. And side note, not that I even really like those games, but their networking consistency is one of the few things that they do right. COD, on the other hand, only seems to get worse in both networking quality and quantity of dedicated servers being offered. This becomes a huge issue when you take into consideration the longer time to kill of Modern Warfare 3. Not that I'm against the concept of a longer time to kill, but the networking needs to be able to keep up with that much more information going on to keep it feeling consistent. Often it feels like the time to die is much faster than the time to kill, which is an issue that's plagued pretty much every COD with a longer time to kill. I think this wasn't as noticeable in Modern Warfare 2 because it covered up the networking issues with the faster time to kill. It's not as much information to process, so you don't really notice it as much. So yeah, lag in Modern Warfare 3 is rough, and you especially feel it above 50 ping, and due to my proximity to the closest dedicated server, that's just something I can't avoid. Next issue, and everyone noticed this one, spawns. These spawns suck. And it's not like they're using the squad spawn system of Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 2. I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, but at least there's rules to that system. These spawns, anarchy, chaos, bedlam. It's like shipment spawns, but on every map. Even on a map like High Rise, I'm spawning into direct fire of an enemy more than once, which is like, come on, guys, these are remastered maps. It's not like spawns haven't been figured out here before. And then again, remastered content in gaming hasn't had a great track record lately. Those are the two biggest issues for me personally, along with the usual crashing and cheating that seem to really plague Call of Duty launches. The game this year will really be more of the same that you've come to expect from the franchise multiplayer offerings. And yes, for those that didn't play the beta, manipulated matchmaking, for example, skill-based matchmaking or engagement-optimized matchmaking is in full swing here, as dialed in as it's ever been if you're playing 6 versus 6 modes. I highly recommend either playing Ground War, as it's much harder to skill match for 32 versus 32, or 6 stacking with your friends in 6v6 mode. So yeah, this multiplayer is like a 5 out of 10 for me personally. If you're buying COD just for the multiplayer, I honestly wouldn't blame you for skipping this year, especially if you've already played the classic Modern Warfare 2 maps to death, or if you're bored with the manipulated matchmaking. There's honestly just not much here for you to justify dropping $70. Ultimately, that's a product of shifting this experience from a Modern Warfare 2 expansion to a full game, because Activision would never pass up on what is essentially a guaranteed billion-dollar revenue release. Where I see Modern Warfare 3 actually being worth your $70 is getting into the other two modes that the game is offering this year, campaign and open world zombies. If you don't care much for the story of these games, there's really not much I can do to convince you to be excited for what both Sledgehammer and Infinity Ward are cooking up for the campaign. However, what Treyarch is doing with open world zombies and how these new leaks are coming together to reveal the deeper mechanics of the mode has me really curious to see how this will play. Let's get into what's dropped since my last video. All of the following info was compiled by proven leaker Magua Network on Twitter, and ever since COD Next, there's been some snippets shown on what open world zombies is going to look like come launch, though there are still some burning questions, particularly what perks, field upgrades, alternate ammo types, and wonder weapons are going to be available at launch. For launch perks, we have Deadshot Daiquiri, Elemental Pop, Stamina, Quick Revive, Tombstone, and this is going to work a little differently since it's an extraction style mode. So for example, if your squad gets wiped, you can come back to the next game where you died and get all of your loot back. So that's how that one's going to work. It's going to have Death Perception, it's going to have Juggernog, Speed Cola, and PhD Floppers coming back. So with Dolphin Diving being introduced in Modern Warfare 2 again, this perk is going to be really clutch, especially considering the height you can get to on this open world map. I guess the notable exceptions here are being Double Tap Root Beer and Mule Kick. Mule Kick being absent is understandably missing, considering the backpack system from DMZ will cover the need for extra weapons, but no Double Tap is an interesting choice to exclude. Moving on to field upgrades, proven COD leaker Alex dug into the game files over the course of the beta and found that all field upgrades from Black Ops Cold War are coming back for launch, with the noted exception of Ring of Fire and Toxic Growth. So that leaves Frost Blast, Energy Mine, Aether Shroud, Healing Aura, Frenzied Guard, and Tesla Storm. Alternate ammo types on launch include Dead Wire, Brain Rot, Shatter Blast, Cryo Freeze, and newcomer Shadow Vortex, which remains to be seen what that's going to do. Wonder weapons on launch include the Ray Gun, the Wonder Waff, and newcomer the Scorcher, which is like a railgun with rocket jumping for mobility and damage purposes. One new feature that popped up in the files for the beta is crafting. When you're exploring the open world map, you might find some rare schematics to extract with. These schematics can be used to craft acquisitions, which allow you to have what is essentially a permanent upgrade to your character that you bring into the match. No looting or buying required. These include perks, alternate ammo types, pack-a-punch and weapon rarity upgrades for your loadout guns, and even wonder weapons. However, wonder weapons will have a time limit between uses, so no permanent wonder waff in your loadout, which is of course understandable for balancing purposes. This feature is exciting because it rewards long-term play, so zombie veterans can go right back into tier 3 zones and get those harder missions done, even if they made mistakes and wiped on the round before. So yeah, really solid lineup here of content, both new and old, that should make for a unique zombie experience that may have some staying power. Though I don't want to speak too soon. I say this because, as we saw with DMZ, certain bundles you buy with real money are going to have operator bonuses that are only active in open world zombies. I just feel like this cheapens the progression mechanics if these bonuses turn out to be ridiculous, like say, I don't know, free wonder weapons or a maxed pack-a-punch on all your guns, though I suppose that also remains to be seen. I mean, what can you do? Yeah, it's the era of scummy monetization practices at the end of the day. One last thing that leaked out is the possible inclusion of round-based content in Modern Warfare 3 post-launch. Let's see the clip from YouTuber Codename Pizza, who was invited to play the game early at COD Next.
No, round base is telling you, I can't say too much, but I would say that before the next game you will be playing round base.
So yeah, very exciting to see. One would assume that they'll convert some multiplayer maps into round-based content, much like this Terminal Black Ops 3 gameplay in the background here, with all the bells and whistles of Modern Warfare 3. That's all for this video. Make sure you drop a comment down below what your thoughts are on the MW3 beta and these new leaks for Zombies mode. Also, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with the latest Call of Duty content.